Number 4, Leopard is 64-bit top to bottom. Not only does it have the 64-bit underpinnings in Unix, but we've taken them all the way up through Cocoa. And so Leopard really will be the first time that 64-bit goes mainstream in the PC world. Again, all the way up through Cocoa, and one version of Leopard runs 32-bit and 64-bit apps side by side, optimized for each. We do not have a 32-bit version of Leopard and a separate 64-bit version of Leopard. It's one version. So if you write a 64-bit app, you can be guaranteed it will run on every version of every copy of Leopard out there. And that's why this is going to be the first time that 64-bit goes mainstream, because you can be guaranteed that 64-bit apps run on every copy of Leopard out there. And it's very, very cool. So let me show it to you now. We've got an app that we've written. It's sort of a little shootout between 32 bits and 64 bits. And so what we have is we've got a 32-bit version and a 64-bit version of the same app. And this app is going to load in a giant photograph. See, we've got our 32-bit app on the left and our 64-bit app on the right, and they're loading in a Library of Congress photograph, which is 4 gigabytes in size. It's 32K by 32K pixels, over 1 billion pixels, and it cannot, the 32-bit app cannot keep this whole thing in memory at once, so it's going to have to be going to the disk to perform operations on it, is where the 64-bit version of the app can. And we're going to see the difference. So I've got my photograph here, and let me just zoom in on this just to show you that how dense this photograph is, right? This is a very dense photograph. Very large, a lot of pixels here. So what we're going to do is I've taken this photograph, and it's not quite right. The white balance isn't right, and we can run a few filters on it and clean it up. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. And you can see the CPU and disk usage here. And you can see how much faster the 64-bit version is running. And you can see its disk usage. It's got the whole image in disk, so it doesn't have to go to the disk, as where the 32-bit version is going to the disk constantly. And so we're done in 28.48 seconds. Let me just show you that it actually touched every pixel inside here, cleaned up all the books. Let me do something else that's kind of fun. While this other one's finishing, I'll put a stamp on this that says Library of Congress. And again, this is just not a simple piece of text. This goes very deep into the bits. As we zoom in, you'll see that it's all the way in. And we've done all of this in time that's quite a bit shorter than the other app is going to take to complete here. And it's just one example, a simple app, that shows you the benefits of having 64 bits top to bottom in the system, where you can address tons of memory. And there we have it, 81.64 seconds versus 28 seconds on the 64-bit version. All righty. So, and we're seeing a real need for 64 bits, not just in scientific computation. We're hearing it a lot from those guys, of course, but we're hearing it a lot more and more in the professional arts. Whether it's animation or high end of the Photoshop market, we're hearing it quite a bit. So we're hoping that this is going to really help all those people. And please remember that almost every computer we ship is 64-bit capable. So this is going to run great on almost every Mac.